Okay, don't everybody fall over. Yes, you're getting a video from Zippo. I took the top off my lift because I have this solid core old desktop, the white, that I'm going to relocate onto my lift. But first, Bandit's over there crying. First thing I'm going to do is grease the grease zerks on these. It's got grease zerks here for the heavy pivot, grease zerk down lower for the heavy pivot on both sides. I already lubricated the rollers, and I need to lubricate the rest of the pivot points, like here and on the opposite side. Just quick little general service, keep this thing happy and healthy, since it is a very welcomed and very wonderful addition to the shop. I want to keep it in tip-top shape, so I'm going to get that greased, bring you guys back when I get that top ready to set on there. Okay, she's all greased up. Found a couple more grease zerks while I was piddling around with it, and it looks like I've got two more that I didn't get. One more. Why is there one on this side? That's a grease zerk right there. There is not one on this side. That's weird. Wonder if there was one in the end. No. Nope. So why isn't there a grease zerk there? Doesn't make any sense. Well, I'll oil that one. I'll just oil that one too. But we definitely got a grease zerk for it right there. But everything else, see a little tacky. Everything else got greased or oiled. The rollers here got oiled. Rollers there. The track, it stays stationary on this side and moves inward on this side. So on the top and bottom, you got rollers front and back. So, oh, and I forgot to oil these, so I'll get those oiled. But then we'll put the top on. Okay, now what I need to do is get it centered left to right and forward and back. And I'll have a much bigger platform. In fact, this platform is what? It's over an inch thick, and it's solid. And I think I should have no problem at all lifting tractors. I will put a stop on the front so I can't go too far, and some other modifications to this desktop, because the rest of that desktop is right there in the burn pile. The rest of the desk, not desktop. But anyway, I'm going to get it centered, run some carriage bolts through it to get it secured on there, and then I'll test it out by pulling Ugly Alice up and on it and see if we've got a wiener. Now the tires are going to hang off either side a little bit, and all the safety Nazis out there, just be patient. I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna make sure that when I put something up there, it's gonna stay up there. So this will be an absolute game changer if I can get this to be able to pull tractors up on. That's the main reason why I did that, and also much larger work surface than that. In fact, I'll grab that and set it on here and show you size comparison. Okay. Now, width-wise, we're exactly the same width, but we have an extra foot plus. Let's see what we actually have here. Move that up. Get a quick measurement here. And I wanted to get this done because I want to put the quick way up on it, if I can. And what I may do is just go ahead and break the loader itself off and put just the tractor up there so that I can do all my welding and everything that I need to do here and not have to be all hunched over, bent over, and not in a comfortable position. That's the goal. So to me it's a necessity, so the progress can be made. And let's see what we got here. We've got about 20 inches. We have 20 extra inches. So, yeehaw. And that'll be, I think, enough. Let's measure the overall length and we'll see where our center to center falls on. We've got 56 inches center to center. And we'll go to the center of the wheel there, roughly. There's the center of the wheel, and 56 comes way back past center of this wheel. So enough room. There is enough room for me to put tractors on it. Will I add to it to make it a little more secure? Yeah. I'll do some kind of fabricating at some point, but right now I just want to get it on, attached, and ready to put the Sovereign up there. So I've got to bust tail on it and get that thing done. And I've told everybody that has been calling for service and everything like that it's going to be May, first or second week of May, before I will be able to do anything for them. So primary priority is, I've had these for a year this month, and I know Sean's just, he understands, but I feel bad, and I've said that before. So anyway, I'm going to get this finished mounted. I'll pull Ugly Alice on it, and we'll raise it up in the air, see how she does. Alright, I don't know what the time lapse showed, but you guys may have seen me grabbing tape and throwing tape on the undersides. That's just to keep too much blowout on the Formica. It won't fix all of it, but it'll fix a good portion of it. See, it didn't blow too much of it out at all. And that was the whole reason for putting that down there, was just to mitigate the blowout. And we're going to see here directly if I got my holes in the right spot. Probably help if I just took my glove off, huh? Got it. And got it. Alright. I am going to countersink the holes a little bit, but I just want to see if I got things lined up right. Of course, I'm throwing the carriage bolts away. I'm just using the same carriage bolts that the other top was mounted with. And I think these will be plenty long enough to go through that C-channel. Yeah, plenty long enough. Alright. Did I actually flip that over and nail that? I did. I flipped it over and just about nailed right exactly where the hole is. That never happens. Got you guys a little close to me here. Back up a little bit. Thank you. There we go. Yep. And I'm just going to go to the opposite corner over here. See if that one lines up. Looks like it's off just a hair, which is par for the course, because it wasn't rocket science when I measured it. Let's see. Yep, I'm off just a little bit, so I'll oversize. It just about wanted to go in, didn't it? It wants to. It's real close, so I'll just oversize this hole just a little bit. Let's see. I've got two two went in. That one and that one. But I only get one hole out of alignment, or did I get... That one looks like it's lined up. Oh yeah. Okay, so I've just got the one hole. I'll just oversize it just the next size up on the drill bit. Then I'm going to countersink this a little bit using a Forstner bit, so that the carriage bolt head seats down just a little. Yeah, nah, I don't need to do that. As I draw it down, it'll be fine. Those aren't going to be too big of a bump once they draw down. We'll just leave them. All right. Let's just go ahead and grab the drill, and I'll leave the camera on. So we've just got one more to put in. I do need to clean the threads on that bolt. Alright. I'll be there, I promise. I'm just grabbing some lock wash. Maybe. Well, maybe I won't. There they are. Yeah, there were no lock washers on the bolts. There's that. Bigger drill bit. Oh no, I don't need to go bigger. I don't need to go bigger. I'll just make that hole line up. There, same size drill bit. I just made the hole in the lift fit a little better. There we go. Well, I'm going to get the nuts and lock washers on there, and then grab my ramps out of the truck, see if we can't stick Ugly Alice up here, see how she does. So we'll be right back. Well, this is either going to go well or it's going to go poorly. I do have wheel chocks on the wheels and a jack supporting the table so that it doesn't kick this back side of the table up when I drive up over it. So I guess there's no better time than the present. Let's see if it's gonna work or not. I'll get rid of this for the moment because the blade will definitely be hanging over. You guys probably thought I was going to ride up with it, didn't you? I'm not gonna. If it falls, just trying to gauge everything here. Definitely going to have to come up with some sides for it. I can tell that right now, but that ramp was wanting to twist a little bit. Let's hit the go key one more time here. I'm off about 1 inch from center here. And about 1 inch over center here, so I can come this way just a hair. Fingers crossed. No, I'm not trying to start it. I'm using the starter to move it forward. Still got a few inches there. Clear the rips. Clear the rips. Okay. Now we can plug it back in. And it's kind of janky. I definitely need to be wider. Even just 4 inches on either side would just do me wonders. And then of course stops up front so I can't over travel. But this is just the initial to see how we're going to do. Ready? Upward and onward. Here, let me move you guys over here and reposition you a little bit so you can watch it go up. Up, up, and away. Okay. Ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Get you some of that. I can't get back far enough. Here we go. We are almost 4 feet off the ground there. And no, I know this isn't safe. Okay? So in the comments, if you didn't watch it all the way through and you didn't hear me say, I know it isn't safe, do not do this at home, then it's your own fault and I will delete your comment because I know it's not safe. That's why I didn't ride the tractor up the ramps. I guided the tractor up the ramps. And that's how I loaded in my vehicle too. So, all right, well, it's up there and I've got perfect access when I get the Sovereign up here for me to just work almost at eye level. And we can go up more. I was just looking at what I was going to hit here, so. There's where it stops, and that puts it almost too high for me. Let's see where we're at height wise. You're 43 inches off the ground. So yeah, I'll take that. I dig it. Okay, and another thing, and another reason why I wanted to do it with the Ugly Alice is I didn't want the first test of this thing to be something that doesn't belong to me. So, and I'm looking and it looks like the board is not, hang on. Hope you guys see a little bit better here. Well, we've got a little bit of warp looking from the camera's viewpoint, but it is not warped. It's holding that weight just fine. And if it looks like it's going to be a problem up here, it's no problem for me to support into the existing frame. But I wanted the tabletop to come over the hydraulics so that the hydraulics were covered when the table was down, and I'd call that a success. I mean, you look at where my tires are, I'm a little bit off center here, and I'm still like, here's the center point of tread here, and you come over here and the center point of tread is here. So I can get the tires centered. If we look at the back, the bead's on. I mean, I'm well onto the table here by at least 2 inches, and then here I'm over by about a ½ inch on the center of the tire. You can see that. We'll get here and get a look at that. So it's not a problem. It's a non-issue. I still want to, like I say, build out my sides a little bit and then make a purpose-built ramp, and so I don't have to grab my jack stands all the time. And also, just like my motorcycle lift, I'm going to use a little trick of running a piece of all thread down to contact the ground to keep this thing from moving back and forth when I'm trying to load something. That way it just stays still, stays put. I don't want it moving around on me when I'm working on stuff. So, all right, that's that. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys. I've gotten a lot of emails. Mr. C actually sent me a boatload of emails on some very helpful things for contending with my arthritis. I've watched a couple of the videos that he sent. The information that he sent's invaluable, and I appreciate him so much for that. Again, that's Mr. C. I call him Mr. C, and because I call him Mr. C, his YouTube name escapes me, which let me think, is it D Butler? I think it's D Butler. Yeah, I think. So many. I just passed 21,000 subscribers, not a milestone by any stretch of the imagination, but this year will be a milestone year though, because I will reach I will reach 10 million views on my channel this year. Guaranteed. I don't have very much left to go to hit that milestone. So, and that's all thanks to you guys, everybody that watches, and everyone that has an immeasurable amount of patience and understanding and concern for my well-being. My hands still suck, but I'm learning to work around that, and that's the main hurdle, is working around it. There's no actual, absolute fix it, but I can make things a lot more bearable if I simply consciously reach out with my right hand instead of my left hand. And what I've been doing is just putting my left arm behind my back when I walk up to the toolbox. Getting in the habit of doing that, I grab the tools I need with my right hand, and then same thing with using them. If I don't need both hands, I'm using my right hand. That's the thing about being left-handed, growing up in a right-handed world. You do become ambidextrous. So anyway, I have babbled on long enough. Each and every one of you, thank you very, very, very much for all of your patience and waiting for videos to come out. I'm going to get Ugly Alice off of here. I'm going to figure out some sideboards, and when I get the sideboards figured out, get those on and mounted securely, then we'll be able to move forward on the Sovereign. Get the Sovereign plopped up on this thing and get us some tractor fabricating footage. I know I'm ready for it, and I know you guys are too. One thing I am going to do though, while the engine is out, is start it up on the engine stand and clean the crankshaft. It's never had anything on it. Clean the crankshaft off and clean the keyway out so that I can get the pulley mounted. And then when we're ready to drop the tractor back into the frame, or drop the engine back into the frame, I'll already have that cleaned up and ready. Neighbor hollering for Bandit. Such a good dog. Anyway, so I won't have to mess with it in the engine compartment. I can just clean everything up and get that pulley mounted. I have to drill and tap the pulley for a set screw and possibly cut a little bit of the shoulder down. But anyway, that's it. Friendly Neighborhood Zippo. I promise you guys, I will see you when I see you, and it's going to be a lot sooner than what it has been these past few months. Catch y'all later. Say goodbye to Ugly Alice.